In a world constantly bombarding us with images of what we should want, many of our desires aren't truly our own. René Girard's concept of a mimetic desire reveals that we often want things simply because others want them. This script explores how ancient Stoic wisdom offers practical tools to break free from the cycle of imitative desire, helping us discover what we authentically value and enabling us to live more intentional lives. By understanding the intersection of mimetic desire and Stoicism, we can develop greater agency in shaping the lives we truly want, rather than the lives others have programmed us to pursue. Section 1. Understanding Mimetic Desire. Mimetic desire, a concept developed by French philosopher René Girard, suggests that our desires are not inherently our own but are copied from others. The term mimesis comes from the Greek word for imitate, highlighting how we unconsciously adopt the desires of those around us. While scholars debate whether all human desires are mimetic or just some, the evidence for this phenomenon is compelling. As children, we wanted to play certain sports because our friends did. As adults, we suddenly desire to visit a destination after seeing someone's vacation photos on social media. These patterns reveal how easily our wants can be externally manufactured rather than internally generated. Section 2. The dangers of unconscious desire. When we remain unaware of how our desires form, we surrender our agency to social influence. We may pursue careers that impress others rather than fulfill us, purchase items that signal status rather than provide value, or chase relationships that look good from the outside but feel empty within. This unconscious imitation leads to what Thoreau called lives of quiet desperation, where we achieve the goals society programmed us to want, only to wonder why fulfillment remains elusive. Breaking free from mimetic desire isn't about eliminating influence, it's about becoming conscious of it, allowing us to choose which influences deserve a place in shaping our lives. Section 3. Stoicism as an antidote. The ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers powerful tools for addressing the challenge of mimetic desire. Practiced by figures ranging from the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius to the enslaved philosopher Epictetus, Stoicism emphasizes developing agency over our impressions and judgments. Where mimetic desire makes us passive recipients of external influences, Stoicism teaches us to become active evaluators of what deserves our attention and pursuit. The Stoics understood that freedom isn't just political, it's psychological. True liberty comes from determining which desires serve our well-being and which merely enslave us to social opinion. Section 4. The practice of detachment. Epictetus advised, for desire, suspend it completely for now. This temporary suspension creates critical distance from our wants, allowing us to evaluate them objectively. Notice his qualification, for now, acknowledging that humans naturally experience desire. The goal isn't permanent detachment but cultivated discernment. When a new desire arises, we can apply his approach, hold on a moment, let me put you to the test. This practice helps distinguish between authentic desires that align with our values and mimetic ones that merely copy others. By developing this habit, we gradually become less susceptible to manufactured wants. Section 5. Stripping away the legend. Marcus Aurelius practiced a mental exercise perfectly suited for combating mimetic desire, stripping away the enchanting narratives that surround objects of desire. When seeing luxurious food, he would remind himself, this is a dead fish. A dead bird. A dead pig. About fine wine, this is grape juice. About royal purple robes, sheep wool dyed with shellfish blood. This practice removes the social mythology that fuels mimetic desire, revealing the plain reality beneath. When we see things as they truly are, rather than as others portray them, we can judge their actual value to our lives rather than their perceived value in the social marketplace. Section 6. The limits of analysis. While examining our desires is valuable, Stoicism recognizes that endlessly analyzing them has diminishing returns. Marcus Aurelius advised that progress for a rational mind means not accepting falsehood or uncertainty in its perceptions, making unselfish actions its only aim, seeking and shunning only the things it has control over. Rather than becoming paralyzed by questioning every desire, Stoicism emphasizes taking deliberate action. Through acting intentionally, we discover which desires genuinely resonate with our nature and which merely echo social expectations. Section 7. Learning through action. Action serves as both a test and a teacher of our desires. Marcus Aurelius suggested we should learn to ask of all actions, why are they doing that? Starting with your own. This self-inquiry reveals our true motivations. Are we pursuing something because it aligns with our values, or because it will impress others? Are we avoiding something because it truly harms us, or because we fear social judgment? By questioning our behaviors, we can trace them back to their originating desires and determine which ones deserve our continued allegiance. This practice gradually helps us identify and cultivate desires that lead to authentic fulfillment. Section 8. Perennial desires and virtues. While many desires fluctuate with fashion and social trends, Stoicism identifies certain, perennial desires that remain consistently fulfilling across cultures and throughout history. These center on the four cardinal virtues: justice, fairness in our dealings with others, prudence, practical wisdom, self-control, mastery over impulses, and courage, fortitude in the face of challenges. Marcus Aurelius articulated these virtues in his writings, recognizing them as timeless aspirations that never disappoint. Unlike mimetic desires that provide fleeting satisfaction, pursuing these virtues creates lasting fulfillment independent of social validation. Section 9. Practical morality. The 18th-century writer Montesquieu admired the Stoics precisely because their philosophy offered practical guidance rather than abstract theory. After studying Marcus Aurelius, he wrote, "What impressed me most was to discover that this morality was practical." Stoicism provides concrete practices for cultivating virtue in daily life, exercises for developing patience, strategies for managing anger, methods for building courage. This practicality distinguishes Stoic wisdom from mere intellectual understanding. It's not enough to recognize the problem of mimetic desire, we need actionable approaches to overcome it. Section 10. Building an examined life. Combining awareness of mimetic desire with Stoic practices creates a framework for living an examined life. This doesn't mean rejecting all influences we necessarily learn from others. Rather, it means developing conscious choice about which influences shape us. When we encounter a new desire, we can ask, does this align with my values or merely mirror social expectations? Will pursuing this develop my character or just my social standing? Does this desire originate from my authentic self or from the marketing department of a corporation? Through this ongoing examination, we gradually build lives based on genuine purpose rather than imitative wants. Breaking free from the cycle of mimetic desire doesn't happen overnight. It requires consistent practice of Stoic principles, detachment to evaluate desires objectively, deliberate action to test their authenticity, and focus on perennial virtues that transcend social trends. The reward for this effort is profound, genuine agency in shaping our lives. Rather than being pulled along by ever-changing social currents, we develop the ability to chart our own course. In a world increasingly designed to manufacture our desires, this ancient wisdom offers a path to authentic living, one where we pursue what truly matters rather than what merely glitters in the social marketplace. By understanding how our desires form and applying Stoic practices to evaluate them, we reclaim authorship of our own stories.